Hey Crafty Peeps! I have some fun Halloween DIYs for you today, so let's get into it.
Okay, so I took 5 of the white Christmas trees that are out right now and I spray painted them black. And then I fluffed them out and I took 3 of them and I zip tied them together like you see here. Um, and I want to mention too, when I fluffed them out, I made sure they were flat. And so what we're making here is a swag. I took the other 2 and zip tied them together, and then I laid them on top of each other like this. And then because the stems themselves are wired, you just wire them together with the stems. I used the skull and the ornaments here. I did not use the spiders. I poked a hole in this skull and put a zip tie through it, and then just zip tied it to the middle of the swag. So you can see here, this project is super simple and it's my absolute favorite for Halloween. Just love it, and zip ties are my new best friend. I don't know why I don't use them more, but they just go right through these ornaments perfectly and right onto the swag. So I'm just going to put them all around as you see here. Super easy. So they do have Halloween trees at Dollar Tree, but mine were already out of them, and they have an orange intertwined into the tree. I thought that would look really great, but unfortunately I could only find 2, and so I just went ahead and did it this way, where I took the white trees and spray painted them black. Pick up some of those trees, like for any holiday. You can spray paint them, but grab some, maybe a Halloween, Valentine swag. That would be really pretty too. Okay, so I'm gonna make the bow for the top of the swag. And this is kind of my new favorite way to make bows. I saw a little, I don't know if it was a TikTok or something, where they made bows this way, and it makes it super easy. So I kind of just decide how big I want my bow, and I just kind of pinch here, and then I will cut the length that I want the bow. Once I do that, I'm going to make a bunch of these strips all the same size. So in this instance, I think I did 3 of each of these 3 colors. And these ribbons are all from Dollar Tree. Their ribbons, they have some really great ribbons. And even though there's not a ton on the roll, it's usually plenty for me in the season. So once you get all of them cut, you're just gonna start by folding them in half and pinching. That's it. Now you take the next color, fold it in half, and pinch. And you're going to do this with all of these, and then I secure them all with a zip tie. I'm seriously just loving the zip ties. Sometimes I do things a difficult way, and then I suddenly, I see something, and I thought, why have I been doing it the hard way this whole time? Okay, so here you go. You're going to secure it with a zip tie, and then you're going to fluff your bow. So you fluff the top, and then you pull the tails all around underneath, and then your bow is ready to attach. You can also see at the top of my screen there, I have little mini ornaments. Those would be really cute to add to this as well, but I ended up adding some floral stems instead. I like both looks, so if you want to make this really full and with things in it, I would definitely add those little mini ornaments too. Now, if for some reason you can't find Halloween ornaments, I know it would be extra work, but you could get Christmas, the clear ones, and you can paint them. So you can like pour the paint, inside the ornament so it's not like super messy. I know that's extra work, but if you can't find it and you really want to make this, that is an alternate option. Okay, so the easy part is that because the trees are wire, it's really easy just to put all of these little florals in because the stems are wire as well. So this project, super easy to put together, and I just love the way that it turned out.
I got my dog with me. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lisa, and I love all things DIY, decor, all of it. I hope that you enjoy my videos, and if you do, it would be amazing if you like, subscribe, and even share. Also, I'm over on Instagram where I share all the projects I make here, hauls, how I decorate, other budget-friendly items. So I hope you'll join me over there. My name is $__mom.
All right, I'm taking this sign from Dollar Tree and I'm gonna go ahead and take it all apart, take this top off. I'm going to be using this side of the sign, so I wanted to make sure I got all the staples and everything out and nice. And so I'm gonna use my little heat gun tool here, which is linked in the description. It just helps get those tags off easily, those stickers off easily. Now, because this has kind of this 3D little wood piece, I want to take that off as well. And I did finish off the back with some contact paper from Dollar Tree. Now I'm just using black paint from Folk Art and covering this side of the sign. Now, I was originally going to cut a piece of wood in this exact shape, and then I was looking and I thought, oh, I actually have that shape already, because what we're going to do is we're going to flip it upside down and we are going to make a black Halloween cat. I was so excited when I saw this sign because it was accidentally upside down in my stash, and I went, oh, that's the exact shape I need, and I thought that is amazing. So I just took my Cricut and I made a tall rectangle and then just cut it diagonally, and that's how I made the inner parts of this ear. Easily paint this. I just thought, hey, I'm already cutting out something on my Cricut. I might as well just make the ears as well. Now, this idea came from something I saw in a boutique. It was, a thick piece of wood. Like I said, I was going to cut a piece of wood to make this, and it would stand up on its own. But when I saw the shape, and I knew it was something you guys could use because you wouldn't have to cut wood, so I went ahead and did it this way. I'm also trying to use my contact paper over and over, or my transfer, it makes it go a lot longer away. Okay, so I just used 3 different fonts, and off the top of my head, I do not know the fonts at the moment, so I will link them down below when I find them. But I just used 3 different fonts, and it says Scaredy Cats Welcome. I love mixing fonts. That's always been something I like to do, and I just think it gives it, extra, I don't know, eye candy. So this project is super easy to make, and it doesn't even matter what fonts I used. You can just go in and play with fonts that you have, and always remember, and you can go to defont.com and get whatever font you like. Okay, so I'm just going to take my twine, and this is going to be my whisker. So I'm just going to kind of make it as thick as I want. How many whiskers do I want? And then I'm going to just tie my twine around the middle, and then I am going to wrap it a few times so that it's nice and thick in the middle. And then I'll cut off the ends, and that will make my whiskers. The last thing I have to do is just put the eyes on, and that's it. And I just went into Design Space and typed in cat eye, and those popped right up. So super easy project, and I think it turned out super cute. Okay, so I'm going to take an empty bottle. Any bottle will do. Um, you can see I kind of melted it because I was using my heat gun to get the label off. And so be careful if you're doing that. It's probably better just to soak the bottle to get the label off. So as you see, I'm just taking some acrylic black paint and sticking it inside the bottle and swishing it around. This will help you not have a big old mess by painting the outside. All right, so here it is. So I'm making a potion bottle. Another thing I saw at a store in the decor, and it was this really kind of elaborate, chunky potion bottle. So I thought, ooh, that'll be really fun. Okay, so I have this piece of, I'm trying to remember what this paper is called, but it's like it's homemade paper type look. So to get that like frayed ends, I take water and I water the ends, and then you can see here I'm just pulling the paper off. And this is going to give me that feathered look, like old paper look. I was just taking the straw out of my water cup and wetting it. That's what I was doing. So I just want to cover the front of this bottle with this paper. Gosh darn. Tell me what this paper is called. I've used it in my scrapbooks for years and I am blanking. I'm blanking what it's called. Okay, so I'm just going to take some Mod Podge and Mod Podge this down. And then it's just fun. It's just adding rub-ons and stickers and 3D elements and just making this old looking potion bottle. I am so glad that Dollar Tree is putting rub-ons out because rub-ons are my favorite. I just think they look a little higher end than stickers. So I just kind of pull them out. I just randomly place them all over this. I do know that I am going to cut one of those skulls out and put it in the center, so I'm kind of leaving the center open. Again, you're just going to see me add elements until I get the look I like. Once I get all my elements on, I'm just going to Mod Podge over the top again, just to make sure that everything is nice and stuck down. And then I'm going to take some of the black paint again, and I'm just going to kind of sponge it all around just to kind of give it an aged look. And then I'm going to take some like this metallic copper that I have and also sponge that around to give it that, again, that old, you know, like it's been around a long time potion bottle. Okay, so now it's time to make the top of our bottle look good. So I'm going to take this twine and wrap it around the neck of the bottle, and then I'll just add on the wine cork at the end. The wine cork's just a little skinny, and so I put hot glue around the bottom and stick it inside, and I think that finishes off the bottle nicely, and that's it. That's how easy it is to make this bottle. I just thought it was so fun because it's fun just to layer lots of elements, and a lot of you say that you think I'm the queen of layering, and I take that as a compliment because layers and textures are my favorite. Okay, I'm taking this wagon wheel wreath form from Dollar Tree, and this is a new item I have just seen in stores. It's called Wreath. Oh, I already can't remember. But anyhow, they have it in lots of colors. So I picked up the black, and I'm going to make a spider web with this. Uh, it's not wired, but it keeps its shape. So it's really easy, pretty easy to use. So I'm just going to adhere the first piece down here with some glue, and then I'm just going to kind of go around just so I know how much to cut, because otherwise it's going to be too hard to what's the word, rope around each rung there. Now, when I originally saw these wagon wheel forms, I was so excited. I just feel like there's so many things you can do with them, especially if you like rustic and farmhouse. I bought like 8 of them because I was so worried that I would never see them again. But every time I go to my Dollar Trees, they still have them. So it looks like it's going to be something they always have in stock. So that's good news. So you see here, I'm just kind of giving it kind of like a half circle between each rung here, and then just all I'm doing is winding it around one time, and that's all you need to do. It stays really well. Just something about the thickness of this kind of rope, I guess you would call it. It's kind of like a crepe paper rope. It's just an interesting texture, but they have it in Christmas colors too, so I'm excited to use it for Christmas. So once I get that all the way around, I will hot glue it to the beginning. And then I'm just going to do it one more time so that I get my web looking here. And you could do 3 layers or however you want your web to look. I even thought about wrapping it around the outside, but I wasn't sure how exactly that would adhere without a lot of hot glue, and it might get messy. So I think it turned out good just like this. I just made a simple bow. It's just 2 loops that I zip tie in the middle and add some tails. This is just one stem here from Dollar Tree in these purples, and I love it. It had 6 whole stems on it. So I'm going to take 3 and put them on each side. Again, I just zip tie the 3 together and then zip tie them to the bottom of this wreath. I will then zip tie the bow onto the bottom of the wreath. And then that spider up above, I can't remember if I got it at Dollar Tree or not. I shop at Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store, maybe from there. But I do know for sure that Dollar Tree has some spiders. And again, I just took that spider and zip tied it to the top of my web, and that's it. A super cute and simple little wreath. I'm pretty sure I got that spider at Dollar Tree though. I took this large canvas because I wanted to make a statement piece. And then I took Waverly chalk paint and pumpkin and I covered the canvas. Now you can see it's not an even coat and I did that on purpose. I want this to look aged. Now, I didn't fully know where I was going to go with this sign when I started it. So you don't really have to paint the entire canvas, this pumpkin. You can really just do the outside, like 2 to 3 inches, probably 3 to 4 inches actually, around the outside, so you don't have to waste your paint in the middle. And then I'm just taking this acrylic paint in black, and as you can see, I'm just doing the big coat around the middle. Technical difficulties here. I love it when I can just pour the paint right on the canvas and I don't have to make a mess pouring it into something that I probably won't get around to cleaning. Once that I like how my center is turning out, I'm gonna take my chip brush and I am going to now cover the outsides. Again, I just want to give it that aged look and have some of the orange showing through. It never fails. I always get too much on my brush. As you see, I accidentally like covered that whole spot up there and that's not what I meant to do. This area you see here, you see how the orange is kind of, that is exactly the look I was going for. Once this all dries, I went on my Cricut and I downloaded an SVG from Creative Fabrica, which I will link down below. And right now, for $1, you can get unlimited downloads for an entire month. So you can go in there and get all your Halloween and your Christmas, whatever SVGs that you want to use, and it only costs you $1 total. So I decided instead of having vinyl on this, I did want to make it a stencil. So I just used some of my old pink vinyl that I knew I wasn't going to use, and I made a stencil. Now I'm using the color Cashew. I went back and forth whether I wanted to use orange or not, but I just really wanted more of a creamy look. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to tap the paint down into my stencil. Now I'm bummed because I thought I hit record when I peeled this up, because we all know that's like the most satisfying part, is when you peel your stencil up and the image is there. Now I don't know if it's because my vinyl was extra sticky or if it's because I used acrylic paint and not chalk paint for the black, but when I pulled up my vinyl, it did pull up a little bit of the black paint. It would have been nice if it revealed the orange, but it peeled it up from the whole thing, so it's actually white, which was fine because, like I said, I wanted to make this look aged, and I think that's what that did. It looks like it's been, you know, scratched, and I'm okay with that. So just to kind of make it look uniform, you can see how there's little white spots where the vinyl pulled it up. So I'm just going to take a little piece of painter's tape, rub it on a spot, and rip it up, and you see the paint comes up with it. So that way it just kind of looks like it was on purpose and not on accident. So this is a really large sign. I had a big wall space and I wanted to have a nice statement piece. Canvases are always on sale at Michael's. They always have coupons, so it's really inexpensive for how big of a statement piece this is. I'm going to show you how it looks in my living room over my Halloween decor. I hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely love making Halloween DIYs. I think it's a fun holiday to decorate for, and until next time, happy crafting!